Good. Morning, everybody. We're going to call the meeting to order. We're going on to the approval of the agenda. The agenda of the special meeting of council held November 21, 2025 be approved as presented. May I have a mover, please?
I'll move.
Thank you. Seconder, please. Thank you. Any comments or questions? Call the vote. All in favor? Carried. Disclosure of pecuniary interest, the general nature thereof. Does any member of council have a pecuniary interest for any item on the agenda? And if so, what is the general nature of that interest? No declarations, so we'll move on to 4 motions for consideration. The council of the corporation of the village of Merrickville-Wolford receive for information the motions for consideration document as presented. May I have a mover, please? Thank you. Moved and seconded. Thank you. Comments or questions, please? None. Call the vote. All in favor? Carried. Going to move on to number 5, 2026 budget process and strategic plan discussion. I will now ask staff to provide the first draft budget document and provide an overview summary of what is being presented. The floor is yours, Ms. Plumley.
I will delegate Kirsten with that responsibility.
Okay, so this is our draft budget. I'm gonna start off with the not so pleasant news. As we heard Nigel discuss yesterday, we're under a lot of pressure. We need to start spending more on capital. So the recommendation was to put a little over 1 million of transfers into some capital reserves. So right now, the tax increase is over last year as the residential is 15.54%. So if we start with the operating revenues, there's not a lot to highlight here. The policing revenues in the RIDE grant right now, I do believe it's going to be going to the North Granville to deal that out with the police services board being combined. So I didn't put the RIDE grant revenue. So if we turn to our operating expenses, start there. One of the pressures, we've got insurance, which is we're looking at a 6% increase overall in our insurance budget. So that's increasing the cost. The administration, we have our election next year. So there's money set aside for that, but that's going to be offset with the transfer from reserves from the election reserve. We put money aside all year. So that should net itself out. Our audit fees are increasing quite a bit due to the new provincial regulations around the asset retirement obligations. We now have to identify if we're retiring an asset such as buildings, we have to do our best estimate of whether they have asbestos in them and what we think it would cost to deal with that. So there's more work required by the province, so that's increasing audit costs. The Conservation Authority levy has gone up about 3%. Our grants and donations under administration, that would be under, grants and donations. We've now increased our community grants. We decided to put in the usual ones every year for the agricultural fair, the Christmas in Merrickville, the Meg and the Mocha, the Merrickville Artists Guild and the Merrickville. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head.
Run Merrickville?
No, those were just the ones we had decided in the council meeting that one day. Tile drainage is offset, the revenue is offset with the expense, so sort of like the in-between there. We turn to emergency and protective services right now. Overall, the increase in that, the total emergency and protective services isn't unrealistic. We do face some pressures in the volunteer compensation budget. There's pressures, there's increasing regulations. There's a regulation that from the province now that volunteer firefighters must be trained to the same level as full-time firefighters. So that is driving up training costs for firefighters considerably. So because of the new certification, once again, provincial regulations. So that's putting some pressure on volunteer firefighters. Under that budget as well, which is also really increasing, emergency and protective services, it's the OPP contract. We do not have that figure yet, but the province said it would be capped at 11% increase. We're hoping it comes under 11% increase, but I have factored in the 11%, just because we unfortunately don't have the figures yet, and I really am not sure, when they're gonna be released, so hopefully in the next couple of weeks.
That's the worst case scenario that we're looking at.
Yeah, the worst case scenario that we're looking at, yes. Okay, so if we turn to the public works, budget overall, the compensation has, gone up a bit as well because, we finally now have a full complement of staff. We have the manager of operations and his assistant. We finally have the equipment operator, so we are at, full staff per the, organizational chart finally. The vehicles budget is really increasing because of the age, once again, of the fleet. We have a considerable more amount of repairs that are happening year after year after year, so that drives that up. There's more money set aside for roadside brushing and ditching. I believe that's to help, the road drainage, help with the condition of the roads. And if we turn to have a look at landfill, the curbside solid waste drives the large increase in the landfill budget. Now, a lot of the cost right now, we're hoping of the garbage pickup will be offset by the bag tags. When we're just gonna have the one bag tag now for the entire village and Wolford and Merrickville. For the $25 for a sheet of 10. So we're hoping that that will help offset the increase for garbage pickup throughout the entire municipality. The planning revenue, it remains, the planning expenses remains what it is compared to last year right now.
Yeah.
Under parks and recreation, the library levy is coming in as an increase currently of 9%. We have also, under parks and facilities, we've seen there's an increase as well, especially for facilities, because we are now reallocating some of the public works operators' wages to properly show the cost allocation to take care of the facilities in the parks. So that is a reason for the large increase to the facilities line item, as you see. The museum also, there are some new asks this year. They would like to start building up their collection and increasing their supplies. I believe they had a very successful season this past summer. And then we have the transfer to capital reserves. And that is, again, as we discussed yesterday with Nigel, the $1.1 million contribution, there's 700,000 needs to be set aside for fleet and equipment, leaving a little over 400,000 to be dedicated to the capital reserve. In addition to that, which won't show here, we do have our gas tax money, which is now renamed, but I still call it gas tax, and the OCIF funding. So combine those two, then we'll come in around a little over 200,000. So for capital. So and that are the very quick highlights of the entire, very quick highlights of some of the pressures of our budget right now. So as I say, really having to increase our capital spending is a large reason that's driving up the tax increase, because our infrastructure is in need of repair. So the highlights.
Is there anything that you'd like to add on the public works side?
I don't know. I mean, I think if there's specific questions when that time comes, that might be the best venue,
Yeah.
but I think Kirsten captured it well.
Yeah, so we're just getting a highlight from staff today, and then the questions will come when we sit down and discuss and go through the budget, but it's an opportunity if you wanted to add. Chief, do you have anything to add to the conversation?
No, I don't think so.
Do you want to send us away to ponder? Well, we have the time to think about it for a few weeks till we get our first budget meeting going.
Yeah, I believe that is best, sure.
You're nothing to add then?
Nope, Kirsten highlighted just that new ORAG there for the training. That's what's really driving ours up. It's provincial requirement now, so.
Yeah,
we're
and
working through that.
so Ms. Polmy, I think the plan is that we receive this today and we take it away and we start to chew at it a bit. And I think there's an opportunity for counselors to reach out offline,
For sure.
through, I guess, through you and, to the departments if there's questions.
Mhm.
And, give staff an opportunity to compile some answers.
We may have the accurate number for policing by that time too.
It may be out.
Yeah.
I know that they're working at trying to get the numbers finalized. So go
I
ahead,
forgot
Kristen.
to mention another just quick point. Right now, for the taxation budget, we are going off of, the impact assessment. We haven't actually got the final roll yet with the final numbers.
Yeah.
So the last one I got was for November and impact, so the numbers are what they're estimated to be at year end. I don't think it's gonna change very much.
Yeah.
But just to let you guys know, it could change a little bit once we get the final roll, and it's
Okay.
supposed to be released in December.
But the growth
It's
is
1 point,
reflected.
yeah, they estimated growth of 1.47% overall this year.
And this is a reflection of ours only. It has nothing,
No, this is.
no tie-in with the county.
No, just ours, yeah.
Okay, so anything further to add, Ms. Blumlin?
No, not at all. I think we're gonna do a more formalized document to release to you,
Yeah.
with all these, what Kirsten has identified here in a written form, and it'll be provided to you too.
So you're gonna email that out to us and, we'll have it in plenty of time. So, do we have a date when we're gonna sit down to discuss this?
Whatever
Has their
is,
staff come up with any kind of a schedule?
we have something, do you have anything suggested? Openings?
Our committee of the whole is December 8th, and then our regular council meeting is the 22nd. I don't know if we want to
In
take.
between now and
Yeah,
maybe the whole sometime.
so December,
December
the
1st.
first week of December, it's all county. So anytime after that, I guess. Whatever we need to do. Unless you want to have late afternoon meetings the first week of
Like
December.
if we did, or no, December 1st, the Monday.
December first?
We could do.
So could I make a suggestion that, you sit down with your staff and then come up with some dates and then send it out to council to see the availability and how that's going to fit into everyone's individual schedules and then we can secure a
Late
couple of
afternoon
dates.
Preferred, like in the afternoon, is it preferred? Because that would be, at least if we had a time frame, that would be a good length of time.
I think to accommodate the farmer and the working person, I think maybe
Sure.
late afternoon, maybe what's good for you guys.
3 o'clock,
Sure.
3 o'clock, so we'll pick a date,
So-
3 o'clock.
I mean,
Okay,
yeah, so whatever, compile some dates and
okay.
times and let's see what we can do.
We can go next week if you wanna,
Whenever staff is ready to go,
yeah.
just
we can
send
go.
out some
Later in the
dates.
week, Thursday,
Yeah.
Friday
Yeah.
next
I'd like
week.
to get it,
Let's send out some dates and times and get
Okay.
confirm, and then we can get it going. The sooner the better,
Okay.
I think is obviously the right way to go. Everybody seems to be excited about moving forward.
Yeah.
So we do appreciate the time and effort that's put in, and we'll go away and have some deep thought on this and what we learned yesterday. And I think there's an opportunity for our members of council to have a offline discussion with staff
Sure.
with their concerns, and we can get things straightened away and have a wholesome discussion when we
Sure.
reconvene to go through the budget.
any questions we receive, we'll also circulate the answers to everybody, so everybody knows what everybody's
Yes,
asking.
so yeah, circulate the questions and the answers
Yeah.
would be fantastic, and I guess we can keep that as a public document as well,
Yeah.
so the public.
It'll all come to public.
Go ahead, Councilor.
In the meantime, can we get the full line items, the full
Sure.
details sent
Yeah,
out?
we can handle that.
Thank you.
Okay,
Oh, one quick question on what's presented here today. The top line taxation in my copy shows 75,000 for 2026.
Yes, that's correct. That's what we're estimating the supplementals to be. At this time, I have not put in the budget amount, the full amount yet. So you'll see on the very last page. It shows basically a deficit of the 4,673,903. So that is
Okay.
what we're recommending. And if we plunk that number in, it nets out to zero.
Right,
Yeah.
thanks.
yes, in brackets is a negative.
That's correct. So I just didn't see the point of plunking that in right now because that's what we're discussing, what we.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, we'll come to some kind of a conclusion at the end of all this on how we're going to move forward. So I do thank everyone for their time I think if there's nothing else that staff wants to add at this time, Kirsten, are you comfortable with what
No,
you
I
got?
believe I'm very quickly to highlight this
Yeah,
stuff.
To receive it, but we're not.
Okay, yes, we hang and seconded.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
okay, yeah.
Yeah, no, we're just receiving it.
No, I get that there.
So we're gonna move on to the confirming bylaw 54/2025.
We need to move in second that we're receiving this.
We will just do to that council receive it.
Well,
That's
we got, we don't have that in our notes, so
Okay.
we'll move, to receive the document as presented by staff, draft budget. May I have a mover, please?
I'll move it.
And a seconder, please?
I'll second.
Moved and seconded, comments or questions? And I'll call the vote, all in favor. Carried, thank you. Confirming bylaw 54/2025 that the council of the corporation of the village of Merrickville-Wolford to first, second, third, final reading to bylaw 54/2025 being a bylaw to confirm the proceedings of council for the special meeting of November 21, 2025, and further that authorization given to the mayor clerk to sign, seal, and place in the bylaw book for the municipality, bylaw 54/2025. May I have a mover, please?
I'll move.
Thank you. Seconder, please.
Second.
Thank you. Call the vote. All in favor? Carried. Move on to adjournment that the council of the corporation of the village of Merrickville-Wolford adjourn at clerk
9:18.
9:18. AM, sorry, there's a PM there, AM, may I have a mover, please?
Move.
Thank you. Seconder, please. Thank you. All in favor? Carried. Thank you.